Hello everyone, Dragonfly here with another mission fly through in the AB Harrier in DCS World. And right now we're here at our FARP in the Caucasus, and we're going to be doing a SEAD mission that I've updated, and I'll go over the mission briefly here. Red forces have acquired electronic components to modify an SA-2 site at Senaki. For stealth detection, the site will severely limit our intelligence gathering operations and therefore has to be eliminated. The SA-2 site is protected from low altitude attack by 3 SA-8 Geckos and 2 Shoka AAA vehicles. The modified SA-2 Fansong tracking radar, which they've redesignated as Siren Song, and the flat face search radar are the primary targets. We need to contact Warhorse on channel 271 prior to takeoff for any last-minute mission updates. So our objective is to destroy the SA-2 flat face and the Fansong tracking radar at Senaki. So basically what I've loaded up with is 4 of the sidearms and 2 of the bigger rocket pods, 19 rocket pods with both high explosive anti-tank rounds, and then a gun that has just the high explosives, since we'll be firing mostly at missiles on the ground, and then also a gun with high explosive rounds. Now I've updated this mission and included the Skynet coding, if you're familiar with that. That basically makes your air defense system an integrated air defense system, meaning that the missiles will talk to each other, the sites will talk to each other and decide when to turn on when you're in range. And it makes it a lot more intelligent air defense system and a lot harder on the mission fly-through. So let's get into the airplane here. I've already done the pre-flight. I have not contacted Warhorse, so let's contact them on COM1 271. See what they have to say.
Dragonfly Warhorse, how copy?
Dragonfly Warhorse, mission is approved as briefed. 2 Turkish F-16s call sign Domino flight are available for assistance. Contact them on COM1 272 for tasking. Okay, we probably will need them because I'm just going to show you very quickly here the F-10 map. And we basically have an SA-11 site over here, an SA-2 site right here, and then it's guarded by 3 SA-8 sites and a couple of radar controlled anti-aircraft artillery vehicles. So pretty stiff air defense. So let's go ahead and get started here. Park and brake is off. And away we go. Try to stay a little bit lower to try to stay out of the detection range of the SA-2 as long as possible. I'm not going to call in the F-16s quite yet either. Our target is at waypoint 4. So I'll go ahead and put that in. And time to get down on the deck. Right now we do have the flat face up on the radar warning receiver, and also an early warning radar. That's what the S is. So let's turn over towards the target. And fence in. Yeah, let's make that 8 at a time. Since we've got a lot of rockets. Yeah, got a little high there. Dangerous to do with an SA-2 looking at us, or with the search radar anyway. Alrighty. I'm going to try to circle around to the north here. Stay out of the engagement range of the 8s as much as I can until I'm ready to engage them myself. Keeping the lollipops at about the 9 o'clock position. Way it'll be easier to break a lock if they do lock me up. And trying to stay around 200 feet AGL or below. Right now I've got several 8s. Looks like 2 8s, a search radar, and the flat face. And up at the top there, that's a snowdrift, which is the SA-11 search radar. What I don't want to see is an 11 or a 2 pop up. There's the 11. Might be a good time to go ahead and turn that ECM pod on. I'll go ahead and just turn it to receive. Designate that point too, just to get the target arrow. Makes it easier to keep it at the 9 o'clock position with that target arrow. The goal is not to get locked up at all. I'll fire off a few of my sidearms and then call in the F-16s. Ideally, if I could get the search radar, the SA-2 search radar would help them out a lot. But the sidearms tend to just lock on to whatever the most powerful signal is that they're detecting, which will probably be the SA-8s in close. Okay, time to bring the sidearms up. Engage them. Behind this terrain here. About 8 miles out. Just the search radar right now. Target's over about 194 on the heading. Pop up, see if I can get them to lock on, and then fire off a sidearm. bundles of chaff and dive back down behind this hill.
Pull up, pull up.
Wasn't really getting much of a lock there. Try that again. One thing Skynet does, if they detect that a harm type of a missile is being launched at them, they'll shut down their radar.
Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up.
Didn't have to use any chaff on that breakaway. If I take out the SA-8s, and intelligence says that there's only 3 of them, then I'll be able to use the rockets on the SA-2 because I'll be able to get inside the minimum range for them to effectively launch. Now I need some chaff because I lost my cover there. That's an SA-2. I think it's time to call the F-16s in. Incoming message. Alrighty, contacted them on frequency 272 and they're pushing from their orbit point. And we can see them on the RWR, the 16. Seems like everybody's interested in the F-16s right now, so it'll give me a little bit of a break. Okay, Winchester on sidearms, time to go to the rockets. Gun and rockets. I'm firing them 8 at a time. So it should fire 4 of the high explosive and 4 of the heat rounds, heat rockets. I gotta watch out for the SA-11 too, which is over Kataisi. And there's some AAA that's very deadly. Probably better if I come in north to south and break off to the east. Looks like tracking radar may have been hit. Nope. Okay, that's probably AAA. It is. AAA will shred an aircraft if you get in too close. Got, looks like about 25 chaff left.
Dragonfly Warhorse, how copy?
ELINT sources report the SA-2 is off the air. Well, that was our job, so we're going to go ahead and head back to base. Fence out. Put the tack in up. And stay low for now. About 9 miles from the FARP. And we'll do an overhead pattern to a hover landing at the FARP. Just make sure that my nozzle stop is clear. Okay, the 11 still able to lock on. Dragonfly Warhorse, contact Warhorse on COM1 channel 282 after landing for retasking. Sounds like the day's not over. Alrighty, start turning toward the FARP. Slow down a bit. Up to 800 feet. 350 knots is what I want. Okay, he's in that medium ring. I believe we're just a little out of his range. Okay, need to come over a little bit. That's our FARP down there just to the left. brake. Power here. Nozzles to 60. Starting my turn. A little bit fast. But speed's coming off nicely. A bit of power to catch the descent rate. We'll go ahead and go to 82 early since I was fast. 82 on the nozzles. Bring that witch's hat up to slow down. And I'll aim just to the left of the road. Under 30 feet in the air, looks good. Slowly slowing down here to a hover. Okay, that looks good. Let's start down.
Altitude.
Nozzles up to 10 degrees. Flaps up. Parking brake off.
Caution.
Actually, water off too. And taxi up to contact Warhorse and find out what they want us to do on our next part of this mission. Alrighty, looks like a good place to stop right here. Parking brake on. Time to contact Warhorse like they requested we do, and that was on COM 1, channel 282. Enter. And we'll see what they want us to
Dragonfly,
do.
Warhorse, how copy?
An immediate strike on a hardened warehouse at Senaki is necessary. Supply trucks are spotted unloading suspected siren song components. And there are the coordinates. I'll copy those down. And it looks like 2,000 pounders minimum will be required to destroy the target. I do have a flight of 2 Turkish F-16s available for SEAD if required, but I don't think we're going to need them. Contact them on COM 1 channel 283 if they are necessary. Okay, so we need to get loaded and get out of here. We're going to do a vertical takeoff out of here, so I'm not going to be able to carry a lot. So let's get to the ground crew, rearm and refuel. And I think what I'm going to do is use JDAM, since I want to make sure we knock this target out. 1,000-pound JDAMs, GBU 32s. I'll put one on each and Let's see, I think I messed up there. GB 32,000 pounder. Here we go. And we're already at 20,300. 20,500 is the most that we can do a vertical takeoff. So it looks like about 31%.
Request refueling.
So you can see
Request rearming.
we won't be able to use 2,000 as a bingo. It'll be more like 1,000. Okay, well, let's get set up for a vertical takeoff while he's
Refueling complete.
refueling and rearming us. So we'll get 82 on the nozzles. Flaps all the way down into the STO position. 2 degrees on the stab trim. We'll wait on the water until we're right ready to take off. Now we need to put that point in that he gave us. So let's look here at the EHSD. Go to the data OSB. It's come up on the waypoint menu. I'm going to put in a big number, 99. Enter, and then when I hit enter, it comes up to the last point after our route of flight. So it looks like 0.8 is what we'll be using. So the position will be north, 42, 1452, enter. And then the longitude will be east, 042, 0255, enter. Elevation 43, enter. Okay, so the point's in there. When I come off of data, it'll actually go back to whatever the waypoint as I had selected before. So I can go ahead, since I'm in the waypoint menu, go ahead and increment over to waypoint 8, which is where our target's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and designate that while I'm down here. And you can see up here 019 at 16 miles. It's not very far away, so it's going to be a very quick strike. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the water on. And we'll be using the DMT, the TV position, to identify the target, and then we'll use the target of opportunity button twice, once for each bomb. So here we go.
Caution, caution.
Park and brake is off. Power's coming up. Water is on. Little back pressures. I'm coming through 80%. Unstick, which is had up to the horizon. And when we get up about 100, we'll start the nozzles forward. There we go. Nozzles coming forward a little bit, and gear up, get rid of that drag. I don't want to be descending here. I'll get the water off. 140, the flaps are up. Nozzles coming all the way to 0, which is head up into the pitch carrot. Start a right turn here. I want to stay away from that SA-11 at Katese, as well as the get above the AAA. So let's come back to climb power, about 100% mill power. Keep climbing up here. Vents in. Master arm on, air to ground. I'll select the J-83s. The symbology comes up, but we haven't loaded the bombs with their target information as of yet. I'm going to go ahead and come back twice on the sensor select button, and that will bring us up into the DMT, into the TV portion, which right now, since I have the designate button is on INS. Let's climb, get on up there. The more altitude we have, the better. Definitely above 7,000 feet. Looks like our target area is over 018. As we get closer to that, the DMT should show us the target area. search radar is, EWR is still up looking at us. So they know we're up here. Actually, that's a pretty good altitude. Let me pull the power back to about 90%. Level off here. Hit the autopilot while I'm working with the DMT. And let me redesignate. Not seeing anything yet. We're about 18 miles out. Should start picking it up pretty soon. Looks like we have a cloud there in the way. Yeah. Okay, that looks like a good point for our first target point. So I'll hit the TOO, enter. That will assign T1. Now I'm going to move it just a little bit over for the second bomb. Hit TOO. That brings up 2. Enter. I need to put those 2 target points in the bomb, so I'll go off of J83 back to J83, hit the targets, 1, 2, targets, exit, fuse them, instantaneous, and you can see 2 and 1 bombs are in there, and the range queue is already starting to come down. We're just a little bit,
Caution.
that was the autopilot, off of our steering dot. So I'll go ahead and turn over there to about right here. That looks good. Okay. Got autopilot back on. Everything looks good. I am fused. Okay. That's the second bomb. You can see the 2 supply trucks there. Okay, when I hit 70% on the accuracy counter, I'll drop the bombs. There it is. Keep it pushed down until both bombs drop.
Caution. Caution.
To autopilot off and start a left turn away from the target area, slight descending. Get the autopilot back on. And now we'll go watch the bombs. And since we're still pretty high, I want to check, make sure that everything looks in control here. Okay. Back out a little bit. There's the other bomb there in the distance. It's going to hit first. And target destroyed, RTB. Okay. So let's keep our descent going. It's not very far back to the FARP. Go ahead and fence out. Make sure that nozzle stop is cleared. E-rest. Vertical landing, we know our gross weight is below landing minimums. We're at 1,400 pounds, 17,000 on the weight, so we're good. So let's get on down. Select the tack in. It's over at 159 at about 10 miles. And start turning towards our FARP. And we'll go ahead and do another overhead. Start slowing to 350 and 800 feet here. Let's start looking for our FARP. There it is out there. Right there. Getting a little slow. Slight 2G descending turn. Back around 180 degrees, which should be about 140 on the heading. Below 250 gear, water, flaps, and overturn my point. And 60 degrees on the nozzles. Yeah, we're in a little tight. Down to 600 feet. That should work. Keep the witch's hat up near the horizon, about 3 to 5 degrees nose low with the flight path vector. Still a little high. Okay. 82 on the nozzles, just the hover stop. Just to the right of the road. I think I said left last time, I meant right. And start shallowing out my descent a little bit. Slowing down with the witch's hat. Witch's hat's controlled by pitch. Flight path vector's controlled by power, your descent rate. Want to go down to about 120 to 100 feet. About right there. Still moving a little forward, so let's kill off that little bit of
bingo,
speed.
bingo.
And start coming down.
Altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude.
Parking brake on, nozzles to 10 degrees. Flaps up, water off, parking brake off.
Caution, caution.
Taxi up to our refueling and rearming point. And then we'll check our results. Actually, we don't need to check the results. We saw that it showed target was destroyed. Well, that kind of demonstrates how you can quickly turn around a Harrier to be retasked to another mission. And hopefully you'll have some fun with that in your DCS World experience. Well, thanks for being with me for this entire mission, and hope to see you all again real soon. Dragonfly out.